I can hear you. So. I want to talk up a little bit, but that's...
You're live.
Guys, quiet.
Welcome to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. 90% Maria on Sega Saturn. Just entered in the winner of the Blue War. So we're just gonna select Maria and get started. And time's gonna be coming up in about 27 seconds.
27 point something
Whenever-
seconds.
When he stops moving inside the castle gate. So.
So,
Get it,
as you can notice, the Saturn version of Soten has some troubles. It went through some trauma during the conversion from the PlayStation. It does have this cool character that's unique to this version, but it has a lot of loading and a lot of...
Oh, wait, I was going to kill this.
You were. A lot of lag.
Look at that.
Yep.
Look
There's
at
a nice
that.
example
Just
of it
look
right
at that.
there. So because of that, at sometimes he needs to be able to manage that lag and kind of avoid certain situations that would cause it.
Oh,
Very magical girl here, just flying, kicking her way through this room. Killing
prancing,
these guys.
really. Prancing through Dracula's castle.
So those kind of more familiar with Soten as a speedrun probably know about the Richter character. Ron, would you like to talk about some of the options that Maria has available to her that are different?
Yeah, so instead of, Richter has, the uppercut, and that's his main thing, and he dies really fast. So Maria, they decided to make kind of the complete opposite. She has not only a high jump move, but also a triple jump, because why not? She has way more health. She has sub-weapon abilities, just like Richter, except she can't do an item crash. She has... different spells as well that cost mana. So she has, among other things, an invincibility spell, which you'll actually see once during this run. You'll see kind of like a Hellfire variant, like Alucard's Hellfire, except it just takes up half the screen. You can have a huge dragon that also takes up the entire screen and lasts forever. So you only see that on the final boss, but. Yeah, she has an owl familiar and a couple other things. So anything you can think of, she kind of has it.
Yeah, she even has a really, really great super jump. That crazy acute angle that she can get on it is so key to her gameplay, and it really feels nice when you get used to it. Like compared to the very stiff, gravity boots going straight up or slight variations with Richter. Like this is just you can kind of go wherever you want.
Yeah, and actually, as laggy as this has looked so far, and also there's random loading rooms like that, but as laggy as this has looked so far, this version of the game actually was optimized around her, I think, because compared to the other characters, there's hardly any lag.
This is as good as it gets.
Yeah, if you play the Saturn version, you play Alucard or Richter, you actually aren't going anywhere. If you pause as Alucard, it has 5 seconds to actually load the pause screen and then 5 seconds to unload it. So you lose 10 seconds every time you pause in an Alucard run.
So this will be
feel
an
that time.
interesting strat. So normally most runners do kind of the Hellfire spell to kill this because the task does it. It's actually much more efficient to just do the 4 Beast spell to gain invincibility and deal damage and use the Bible to do extra. And he just kind of chases down Hippogriff and just zergs him down, beats him down real fast.
Yeah, and it also deals with his RNG that he can have, whether he goes up or stays put. It deals with it either way. So another thing of note about the tasks of this game. So on emulator, you might have different strategies in a couple of spots compared to console because the emulator actually doesn't emulate the lag perfectly. So a lot of times it won't feel like it. It'll feel like a pretty smooth game if you played it
Yeah, sure.
on emulator in comparison to this.
Okay, well,
Keep it in perspective.
Yeah. I mean, this is honestly just the perfect video game. Just look at it.
Yeah. Just look at it.
yeah, I think the funnest thing about this, I like to say Saturn Soten has all of the extras of original Soten and none of the gameplay. Because it's like all of the things that, speedrunners or people that like smooth gameplay will be kind of ticked off from the other versions. But it has, kind of convenience things when it comes to Alucard and it comes with Maria. And Maria is an extremely fun character. Basically the reason to buy this version of the game, in my opinion.
Alucard may not have 3 jumps, but he does have 3 hands.
Yeah, that's true. That is a unique thing in this game. They have the extra item slot for Alucard. So some of you may have seen like the top level Richter runs. Might know about the out of bounds glitch in this section that saves like a second. Maria has her own little out of bounds glitch as well. That's
Little.
coming up.
Very
but
little.
Very
Minor.
little.
Minor.
What would it actually save? Like 20 seconds? Like
It's all from lag, but I'd say it's
Yeah.
around 20, 30.
yeah.
So we're quickly coming up to the next boss, one of the few ones that we are going to kill, which is going to be Medusa. And for this one, we actually do need the extra damage that Hellfire does provide. So he will be using that.
Using it in a very fast way, as close to the door as possible.
Yeah, you'll see why he has to do that.
Yeah, so normally exiting rooms, not so much a problem, but when it's lagging this badly coming up,
Yeah, so had he been anywhere towards the center of the room, that could have added like 5 seconds.
All right.
Easily.
So the doors in Chapel are pretty weird here and allow you to do some pretty insane stuff, like, you know, fall out of the tower.
So there is something to note. This is such a great port of the game. They decided that on-screen transitions, everywhere you go, you'll always be at the bottom of the screen for 1 frame. Because why not? I
Why
guess
not?
it makes it easier to transition. But what he's doing now, because of that glitch, he doesn't have any enemy spawns, and there's a ton between here and there. And he was able to just skip all of that. So, again, like we said, probably like 20, 30 seconds longer if he actually had to see enemies spawn.
Even on the PlayStation version, the imp room, as we call it, is extremely laggy. So, like, you can just imagine what Saturn has to deal with.
Whew, all right.
That actual particular version of the zip, I believe Wild Mouse actually improved upon. The zip to get outside was known, but going back and forth through the screens like that actually causes him to move to a different location and gain a little bit of distance. And that's something that he found out and implemented really well.
And we're taking all the damage boosts and not going for the health up because.
Well, don't take the
we're a
Azagol
boss.
damage boost. You might not want that one.
She reminded me I was debating it. All right, I'm gonna go for quick zip. Got it. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so the another weird thing about this version of the game, although there is some peculiarities in the original as well, with diagonal screen transitions. You can get little zips up the stairs like that. Actually, with Bat Alucard, if you go to the diagonal staircase that's a couple rooms to the right of where we're going to be here, you can actually just not even try very hard. You just fly into the wall on the screen transition and put you in the final chamber.
So here's the most exciting part of the speed run, waiting for 13 dongs.
How'd you like the pizza, guys?
It
It was all right, you know. I didn't get to eat too much.
I got a
of it.
couple of slices.
Did you try the margarita?
No, I had pesto chicken.
The margarita was really,
Yeah.
really banging. Try it out if there's any left.
Mouse told me that this is the part of the run where you pause and reflect on how bad you did,
Yeah.
usually.
to go,
It
"Where
was
did I lose
it was
time?"
perfect. You know, you were all paying attention. You saw it. Nothing went wrong.
It was
Well,
all lag
you
reduction.
do have a spell input to hit remaining.
Oh yeah. But we are going to be coming up on time in about, I want to say like 25, 30 seconds, if I get the input right.
If you don't, we have another 8 minutes to go.
We might survive. It's happened. I could pull through. All right, let's try. All right.
All right, so time's coming up.
Done.
Time.
So I started a couple seconds late, so I believe that's a 7:58 or 7:59.
Dang.
Sub 8 live. That feels great.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So that's like minimum 20 seconds faster in my PB, by the way.
Dude, cut the ROM
big
scout.
deal. No big deal. Yeah, cut the ROM scout.
Yo, smooth move.
Smooth moves, X-Lax. Glad you like.
All right, now let's get the other one set up.
Yeah, now we got probably what might be the main event. You know, if you're into Soten.
By the way, we did get a message for you from a Dresden doll earlier, and unfortunately his file name didn't get in, but I didn't want to read it for you. He sent in $20 and said, what did he say? Yo, Mouse, I'm hyped for your Maria run. Greetings and good luck to each of the Soten runners about to race. May your hearts be refreshed, your lines shifted, and your wings infinitely smashed.
That's awesome. Thanks, Dresden Doll. Thanks for the donation, man. Thanks everybody who's donated to this. This is awesome. This is my first speed gaming marathon I've been a part of, and it's great to be raising money for a good cause. Thanks for having me. See you in a few minutes.
Okay, so you want a chair up there, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, yeah, since that's going to come down the middle.
Shit, let me switch setup. Shit.